The sixth presenter is Mr. Zhang Huangzhou. His choice is Theme 3. Please start.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for having me here today to give me the chance to present my project about climate change. Firstly, my project is based on a theory that education is a better way to combat global climate change as individuals. It might sound confusing, but before I get into my project itself, I would like to take a few minutes to persuade you why my project is a better way. It's been a tough year, hasn't it? Started with the Australian bushfire back at the end of 2019, the devastating floods in Indonesia, locust swarms in East Africa and parts of India and Asia, the typhoons, the earthquakes, and the worst of them, the coronavirus, which hasn't been over yet. While many people don't even believe in climate change, these natural disasters have been confirmed to have direct or indirect connections to climate change. But this year's coronavirus pandemic does answer a long-time mysterious question. What can I do to climate change? The individual behavior efforts to climate change have always been unquantified until this year. With much of the world in lockdown, road traffic and air travel have been decreased significantly. And the result, according to a UK website, Carbon Brief, is the global carbon emissions in 2020 have been cut by 5.5%. This is the largest annual fall since the 18th century. And the sad thing is, it's obviously not enough compared to the 7.6% reduction target in Paris Agreement. And the worst thing is, once everything comes back to normal, the emissions might even be increased. Individual action, although important, will not solve this. What if I told you there is another way? My project is based on a theory from a certain point of view, which is education. I believe that every researcher or one's job is related to climate change. They all agree that we need fresh blood in this business as much as possible and as soon as possible. Just behaviors from our daily lives are not enough. We need more and more people with professional knowledge to be on the front line, to develop new energy sources and technologies, to replace the fossil fuels so that humanity will not end in the next few generations. How do we do that? My plan will solve this complex problem at both the public level and the professional level at the same time. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Climate Academy. Climate Academy is an educational institution that is composed of two main departments to separately teach professional knowledge about the current climate and environment situation to two groups of people: the general public and the college students. Let's talk about our student system and then the public class designed for the general public, and the advanced class for the college students. First, I would introduce to you our student system. Everyone, even though you are not a student from our academy, can access our student system by a simple sign up. You can easily do that on your smartphones, tablets, personal computers, and any device connected to the internet. And you can use our system to calculate the carbon footprints from your daily life and record the low carbon behaviors you do every day, like walking, using public transportations, avoiding a flight, buying a bicycle, buying green energy cars, and so on. The more behaviors you do, the more points you will get. And you can use these green points to do more, like rent shared bicycles, to take the subways. And you can trade these points to some green products like reusable bags. So having said all that at the beginning, I'm not really denying the efforts that individuals could achieve. The general public should be organized and be systemic to do those low-carbon behaviors. This is where our public class comes in. It would not be necessary for you to physically come to our public class. In our public class, we will invite professional teachers to record some interesting short videos and put them on our student system, to let the people know the importance of changing the global climate situation, to tell them how to distinguish the right and wrong when they see some theories on the internet, and most importantly, to teach them the most efficient and the easiest ways to reduce your carbon emissions in your daily life. What about the professional level? We need to realize that the college students are also very important compositions of individuals. Climate change was never a single major solvable problem. We need more and more people. We need experts from all kinds of fields like renewable energy, geoengineering, environmental history, environmental economics, environmental sociology, and so on. And the college students are the future experts. Let's do a quick math. If we can let the youth know what they're capable of doing before they graduate, it would be easier for them to find their directions while they're still studying professional knowledge from the undergraduate period until they get a master's degree or a PhD. That means it only took less than 10 years to educate one freshman to a climate-related expert. And after the first 10 years, they can all be fully ready on the front line to develop new energy sources and technologies and reduce the carbon emissions on a larger scale. This is a long-term but a realistic plan. So in our advanced class, we will work with the top universities from all over the world, the green energy developing companies, and the experts from different fields like economics, history, sociology, to help us design different special courses for the students of any major, so that all of them can perfectly fit in. The students can choose their interested courses on our student system and take them during the long vacations. And after the students finish their courses, we will give them extra credits and internship opportunities before they have problems choosing research directions. I know it's an ambitious plan, but I think with the support of the government, the universities, and the large companies, I think it's totally possible. And maybe one day we can push it to the global level. The conclusion is, education is the best way I can come up with to combat global climate change as individuals. If my project didn't work out, at least I can let you people here today realize the importance of changing the global climate change. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening.
Thank you, Mr. Zhang. Now we're going to question and answers from the judges. Judges, please.
Thank you. Thank you for your very interesting presentation, enlightening. But I'm from the private sector. I work for a private company.
Yeah.
And the most important thing for a private, I wouldn't say most, one of the most at least, is to make profit, make money. And of course, climate change is very, very important. Without that, we will not survive. Yes, I understand that part. But your presentation about education, I agree that it is important, but what's the motivation in this? Why would the general public sign up for classes for environment? Just interest? I mean, what's there for them?
Thank you for your question. The specific and the professional classes are just for the college students, and the general public just need to learn how to reduce their daily lives carbon emissions is enough.
Yeah,
And
I know, but why would they? Why would they need to learn?
let me give you an example. There is a Chinese company, a Chinese mobile payment company. They use their app to let people know the importance of the climate change by, if you use their app, you can build a virtual tree on your phone, and they would literally build a real tree in somewhere in China. So this is, I think, and it's already being used in other countries. So I think the general public I think it's totally workable for the general public, and I think it's also workable for Japan.
Maybe Chinese people have more higher consciousness than Japanese people. I don't know, but
My point is the advertising is also important, and that is what could make people interested.
okay. One more question. College student education, yes, that's great. I think that works out. Professionals, we need more professionals. I can't agree more. I cannot agree more. But you said 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years, just fresh out of the college. Maybe they have a lot of knowledge, but they will not be making a lot of changes in the real world yet. It will take another 10 years for them to be able to make changes.
Thank you for your question. That's the point of this project. My project is to work with the companies and the real experts to help the students know what they are able to do after they're finished their study. So I think is in real life, not that much people are interested in the environment-related business. And this project's point is to let the students know their professional knowledge could be able to help this, and they can make live for that. That's my point. Thank you.
I hope it does. Thank you.
Thank you, judges. Sorry. Our next question is from our second judge.
Thank you very much for your presentation. I was fascinated by it. But when you think about how you can improve the environment consciousness of the people, wouldn't you need to start earlier than college students? My question is, what would you do about younger people? High school students, middle school students, even elementary school pupils.
Yeah,
What do you propose to do?
Thank you for your question. I think about that. I think that part should be a class in public class, because the younger people don't have the knowledge that what they are capable of doing when they grow up. So there should be a special class in the public class for the younger people and also for the elders. Thank you.
And my next question is, what is the pitch you'll be making to Minister Koizumi when you try to sell this idea to him? What is your strongest pitch?
The people's knowledge is limited about the environment. Most people don't realize the climate change is happening. So I think most of you people sitting here have those knowledge to realize this. So, and then the education is also, although it's a long term, but I would say it's the most important thing to do right now. I think if we don't do the education for the people right now, it won't be enough time for us to do that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, and thank you, judges. Now let's go to the audience. Our question for you from the audience is, how will you collect money to conduct this project, and how much will you need for it?
I haven't think about the details about the money, the funding, but I think it's a global level thing. So I think we would need the government and the large companies to be part of this, and we can do this. So that's my answer.
I see. Thank you, Mr. Zhang. Wonderful presentation.
Thank you.